Welcome to Trophy Taker Outdoors. I'm your host, Lee Sapiro. It's not just fishing. It's not just hunting. It's everything outdoors.
Gator hunting in Central Florida. How about that?
Stoked. Love it. One of my new favorite deals to do by far. I can't wait for August.
2 tags.
Yep.
We're going after trophies.
Going after trophies. What is a trophy in your eyes?
Actually, a trophy is at least a 10-footer.
A trophy to me was getting a gator at all.
I know. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right because, you know.
I just didn't want to be that guy that showed up with the 3.5 footer. They're like, sir, we can't buy this. I'm
No.
like, what?
Yeah.
I got one.
Yeah, I got that in the backyard. So we're excited about it. I get the 2 tags because last year I didn't get tags.
No.
Last year I didn't get tags.
Last year was a shamble.
It was a shamble. And I was a little disappointed. We went out with some friends.
We went out with friends, but that never again.
No.
That is not how we're gonna roll.
So basically we ended up calling our buddy Kyle Smith.
Experienced, just great dude that knows. I mean, this is what this is his season. Everybody has, oh, this is my time where I like to fish. This is my deer hunting season. He's gator hunter. This is August 15th through November 1st. Gators.
Not just that. He had the equipment. We didn't because somebody borrowed our equipment.
Yeah,
we didn't have equipment, so we ended up calling Kyle. Kyle ended up coming and meeting us at the boat ramp, and so we made up with him.
Yep. Get there.
Our goal. We talked to Kyle, and he did a little bit of scouting for us.
Well, he looks all year.
Yeah, he's always looking.
And he says, hey, this is where they're at. We're going to start on this side of the lake, and
right.
Me and Grandpappy have seen 5 over here that are over 15 foot or whatever. So
we're going to do it a little bit different. We're going to cast to these things and hook them and try to get them in. It's really fun, honestly. If you've never done it this way,
it's a rush.
Yes. So we're gonna talk a little bit about some of the equipment we're using out in the field,
right?
And we'll be right back. Hey guys, Lee with Trophy Taker Outdoors. It's Gator season. I got 2 tags this year, and we're fixing to go out there and get some gators. I'm going to go over some of the equipment with you guys right now, just to show you what we have and what we're going to use out here.
Let's not forget this.
No, don't forget that. Absolutely not. We're going to basically use tarpon rods today.
You got a 8,000 series reel with a 20 to 50 pound class rod, 100 pound Power Pro, treble hooks, 7/0 to 12/0.
Basically, whether depth or distance, you're going to choose one of those right there. Once we got them hooked, because we're going to try to attempt to hook them with both rods.
You want two hooks in that gator if absolutely positively possible, but sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't.
Once you get them close to the boat, we either throw the big hook with the rope
or the harpoon. The harpoon is more effective in my opinion, and I like to hit stuff, so that's the one I'm going to go for.
Absolutely.
After you got it close, you got a bang stick and your tape. Make sure you have these. The bang stick we're using today is a custom-made aluminum bang stick in a caliber .357. Make sure you got your safety pin and extra bullets. After you've hit them, this is where this comes into play. Do not forget this. This will be a hand saver.
Absolutely, because I'm probably the one that's going to have to stick my hand in the water and get
it.
So make sure you have all the equipment. Make sure you have extra treble hooks. Get all your stuff ready, because once you're out there and you got this gator, it's going to be, hell's
like this.
Hell's going to break loose. So I'm ready. I want to get a big lizard in the boat and let's kill something.
Let's do it.
Absolutely. So stick with us. Trophy Taker Outdoors. We figured out, what our game plan is with Kyle.
Right. The game plan, is kind of just, it is what it is. You go out there and
2 guys on a boat with binoculars, and you just really just start looking. I mean, that's the way we're going to do it. There's a lot of other people that just run the lake wide open, and they call it running and gunning and kind of just, look for them. But we found it better odds at seeing bigger gators by just glassing the lake.
And not just that, we decided to take the bass boat instead of a little because a lot of these guys will go in 16-footers to grab these 12-foot gators. I've seen.
I'm gonna pass.
I'm gonna pass on that too. That's why,
a boatful.
Yeah,
That's called a boatful.
Exactly. So we decided not to do it. We're gonna take the bass boat. So we took the bass boat out there, did some glassing with Kyle, saw a few. Small. It's hard to tell, really, to be honest with you.
Until you get a couple hunts under your belt, learning. There's 2 ways to tell: the length of the head and the distance between their eyes is your typical. Unless their whole body is out of the water, which is not very common. That is the only way to tell what size gator you got. So
now, primarily is when you guys say you're looking for the gators with binoculars, is it before dark or at dark? Spotlight? How are you?
Hunting time starts at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and it goes till 10 o'clock the next morning. So you can get out there as early as you want and start glassing, but.
And in this situation, it's good to get out there early to see what you're going after. We decided to do open water instead of going and hitting the banks and trying to find these gators, on the banks. And the reason why is because once you cast to them, you have that big treble hook, and casting ability. It takes a little bit of practice.
It takes practice for everybody else. Dad's on point. I got it down. So, but here's the deal. You only get a couple shots. You glass this thing, you find it, you move.
How far do you
it.
think we're casting?
Easy 150 feet.
Easy. Yeah, and to get that close is pretty.
You got to imagine you have 1 ounce, 1.5 ounce treble hook, weighted, and an 8,000 series. Tarpon or grouper rod with, a 50 to 60 weight, rod. And it's just.
And I'll tell you right
winging.
now.
You see those guys surf casting? That's what you look like on the front of the boat.
And if you see a couple of the times, them things went right by my head. So it gets a little scary. Kyle was great. He's experienced it. We've done it before, but it's always good to have a third person.
Once a gator's hooked, it's chaos on the boat. Just trying to get other
It's
lines.
a 3-ring circus. Everybody's passing rods and grabbing this, the bang stick, the harpoon, and it gets a little crazy in there.
It gets eerie.
We ended up hooking a good one.
A great one.
Yeah. So we went in there and of course your casting ability.
After like the 3rd or 4th cast, which Lee's steering the boat, so he's not casting at all. I hook him, and it's just I don't even know how to explain it. You don't snatch it. You just run it across, and it sticks. And then all of a sudden, you have a log.
Yeah, and it's going.
At the end.
It's going.
Yeah.
It's going.
And it is awesome.
So we get him close to the boat. He goes crazy.
He goes bonkers.
He's going ballistic. And
he is not happy.
No.
And that's when you really get to appreciate the sheer power of what, you'll see it in the footage. The tail comes right past us on the boat. This gator whips it around, and it is like it went so fast I didn't see it. I just felt the wind go.
Yeah. I know, right?
And I was like, oh my God, if that would have hit you, that it could have been a broken arm for sure.
Anything. And it was once that happened,
and at that point in time, you grabbed the other fishing pole and I grabbed the bang stick and get up there, and Kyle's like, okay, on the count of 3, we're gonna lift him. When he shows his head, hit him just directly behind, in between his 2 eyes, about 1 inch back. And of course, when he lifts him up, I give him a Spartan right to the head, and thought it was a good shot.
Yeah, we thought it was a good shot.
It was good. Half of his top of his head was gone, but he was still moving. So in my mind, that's not a good shot.
Well, you got to remember, it's a 357.
Yeah, no, 44.
Oh yeah,
it was a 44
Magnum. And
little bit of information. Next time y'all are going gator hunting, next time we go gator hunting, you bang them under the water.
Yes.
Because that bullet's loud.
Yeah.
If you bang them on top,
absolutely,
it is loud. And finally, he just presented the opportunity. We bang them, and And from here on out, it's a whole different set of things you got to do.
Right.
He's floating, but moving.
Yeah.
I'm not into that. I think he needs another shot instantly.
Exactly. So, but we run into a problem. So when we come back from break, we're going to let you know what happened. Stick with us. Trophy Taker Outdoors. Welcome back, Trophy Taker Outdoors, and we're right in the middle of Gator season. We were. And it was interesting, our little escapade we had going on with the Gator.
The half-shot Gator.
The half-shot Gator.
Yeah.
Yes, the half-shot Gator.
The one that is extremely mad
Which
now.
I wish I would have had the bang stick so we would have been one and done. But
I'm not so sure that would
your
have been the case.
casting ability, I should have. But you hogged it, so.
Yeah, that's, well, kind of par for the course.
Exactly. So we have a problem. We got this Gator,
Half of his head's blown off.
and he's still going.
He's not happy.
And you're
about
not
it.
happy.
No, I'm not thrilled about it because I'm a perfectionist and it wasn't a good shot.
So we decided to take my boat, which we were going to take Kyle's boat, but it was too small,
Right.
and we left the bullets in his boat. We had one bullet.
No bullets.
No bullets.
Barney fight.
Oh, yeah. So what do? I got a knife.
He who has a knife must useth the knife.
Why me? You're the
Because
one
it's
with the
your
bad
knife.
shot.
I used my bullet. I used what
Oh,
I brought.
you used your
what you
bullet.
brought.
Great. So now I got a crocodile Dundee it.
Yeah,
You know?
pretty much.
So yeah, I ended up finishing him off. And
You did a good job.
Yeah, basically what you're doing is you're severing his spine right in the back, and I ended
Sharp
up doing
knife.
that. So you and I had a conversation. Who's pulling the gator in the boat? Now, if you've never gator hunted before, it's a little eerie.
This is a
the-
shady spot.
Yeah, this is the shadiest spot
out of
time
all of, it.
of
yeah.
the whole gator hunt is reaching down to grab a 10-footer by the mouth.
Listen, snakes, gators, anything like that, you
Did we
can't tell if they're
did we
alive.
do rock, paper, scissors on this one, or we
No, I
did?
pretty much said I'm out.
Yeah, exactly.
How many times did you say, is he really dead?
I said it repeatedly in my mind. I'm sure I voiced it a couple times, but I was questioning it the entire time. You cannot, I'm telling you, eyes open, snakes, alligators, they're all the same. You really don't know looking at them if they're dead or not.
So, but I will say this: we are going to bring a third person the next time we go,
Absolutely.
because you and I experienced we went for a second tag.
Yep. We state of Florida, when you apply for a permit, you get 2 tags. So, and you get to apply for the body of water you want, and they give you 2 tags and tell you where you're going to hunt, and that's pretty
Right.
much the way it goes.
So we ended
First
up
tag used.
right, first tag used, but we ended up going late that night with Kyle.
Yep.
And trying to get our second tag, filled. So it's dark. We're out there. We're looking at some gators. Now you're looking at casting ability in the dark.
At nighttime.
At nighttime, which is even 10 times harder. So now you got spotlights. You've got, you're
your headlamps.
You're basically looking for those eyes.
Perspective's different.
Yeah, you're looking for
Oh
those
yeah,
eyes.
it's a total different game.
So we found a few that, and really, to be honest with you, when you're shining these lights on them, you're looking at the eyes, how wide, how far apart they are from each other. That's going to tell you how big these gators are. We found one, we ended up hooking it, and it was a giant.
Monster.
It was a big one.
We have a 10-footer in the boat that we had taken back, and when we hooked this one, well, how long would you say it took us to get that 10-footer in? We probably, from the time we hooked it to the time we got it done, I would have said it probably took 20 minutes.
Yeah, not very long at all. It
Not-
didn't take long at all.
It didn't take a whole lot of time. We hooked this one, and it seemed like an eternity.
And I think because it's dark and you're, kind of wondering, but not just that, it was a big gator.
It was a giant.
It was a giant gator, and it took us a long time to even get him close to the boat. We immediately saw how big this thing was.
Right.
It was a giant. If you see the video, it is absolutely huge. And then as soon as you let go, it did a death roll and broke both lines.
Both lines
and
knocked out the hand line.
Yeah.
I mean,
And I was pretty mad. I was mad.
sheer. Oh, it was like you hurt inside your stomach. You're like,
Yeah, I was sick to my stomach on that one because that would have been a great gator to harvest. And
you know what? If we would have got that one,
Kyle said it was a good 12 and a half footer.
Yeah, absolutely. If we would have got that one, that probably would have spoiled us and ruined us for the next season because nothing would compare to that. I mean, it would take, that's a trophy of a lifetime type gator. Those kind of gators aren't killed all the time. So
yeah, so we ended up doing that and just missed it. And actually, we actually used the sonar to try to find that gator. We'll have side imagery, and we thought we found him on the boat, and it just we couldn't hook. It was a log. We couldn't find him again. But it's fun. It really is. It's a rush. And
we're complaining about it, but we can't wait till next year. We're gonna do it again.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. I'm ready to put the tags in, get some.
How many do you think we're gonna get this year? How many are we gonna apply for?
We're gonna probably get 4. We'll get 4 because I've got a bunch of friends that want to go. And we're back, Trophy Taker Outdoors. Gator hunting.
So Central Florida. August 15th, 5 o'clock.
Right on. Been waiting all year for that.
All year, yep.
All year for that. So we're we finally got our gator in. So what did we decide to do? Was it the next day?
Yeah. That was Friday night, Saturday night. Let's roll out.
So we decided to go solo with just you and I.
And at that time, we're like, he's like, "Do you want to go?"
I'm
like, "Yeah, I want to go."
Well,
let's go.
We're professionals now.
Yeah. I've killed a gator.
Exactly. So we get we get all our equipment. So we have our equipment now.
We have everything back.
And more of the story, Pete.
Don't lend equipment out.
Yes. So I did a little bit of scouting.
Recon.
Yeah, recon. Found a few big ones.
Yes.
I mean, some giants. And
but during those hours, you can't
go.
kill.
So we waited till 5. Go out to the lake. We start looking, and it was tough. Those gators did not want to show. And then finally at night, we ended up shining the light. Saw one
that was,
and really got lucky. To be
good.
honest, got really lucky because it was a good one.
It was a good one. Yep.
But it was definitely a lot harder. We're just sitting there the whole time, you and I, like we've got 2, Volkswagens tied to the end of the rods, and we're just trying to lift it.
Just a pulling. And literally, I would have to hand him my rod so that he could just lean back, and I could get the stick and try to stick it. And every time he did,
what's wrong with that visual right there? The little guy gets to hold the rods. 2 rods.
Big guy gets the bangs.
Exactly.
I don't know. That's the way we were playing it out.
Oh, really?
That's the way you were playing it out.
Exactly. That's how he planned it out. So
he would only, with the way we had him hooked, he would only give us his back. That is the hardest place on the gator. That's the hardest part of the hide. And if you don't harpoon them in between 2 of their groove of their scales, so to call, it's not going in.
And I said, all right, so Pete, you grab the bang stick and go to bang him, and it didn't happen. I mean, like I said, we're tired. As actually, when I did hit it, I didn't hit it underwater, and you're supposed to hit it under that water. And I had shrapnel all over me, and it hurt. I'm telling you, it was surprising. Yeah, I mean,
it was surprising
to be that close to do that. It really
the percussion of it, just you're like, wow, you really feel the power of it.
So it actually cut my arm.
Yep.
A little bit, and I was freaking out. I thought I was gonna go to the hospital. I saw
out.
blood, and when I see human blood, I'm done.
I was like, "You're good. Get another bullet."
so we get another bullet. We put it in him, and now
after he's dispatched. Now he's good. But here's the hard part, the fun part.
Yeah, we got to go grab him. Who's grabbing him?
The guy that shot him.
Like I said with the first time, when you go to grab this gator, it is the eeriest feeling you will. I don't care if half his head is off. It is the eeriest feeling because you see nothing but teeth
and mouth.
And that's the way you bring them in the boat is head first. So I ended up grabbing them and putting them in the boat, and in the nick of time, it just started downpouring.
The bottom fell out.
Yeah, the bottom fell out. So we ended up getting it. So, we had We had probably
Coolest thing ever though is riding down the road with the Gator on the boat and all the it's 1 o'clock in the morning. The bars are shutting down.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody that's out had a good time. We're stopped at a gas station. They're enamored to see this 10-foot Gator on the front of this bass boat that's
Selfie.
just sitting in the gas station parking lot.
Yeah.
It was cool.
It was pretty cool. So, we ended up the season with 2 big Gators. That was another 10-footer. So
one was 10-2 and this one was 10-1. So we got 2, what they would consider anything double digits trophy Gator. So
yep. So we had a good time, and we learned our lesson.
absolutely.
Make sure we're going to be much more prepared.
Gunner's coming next year.
Yeah, Gunner, you're coming next year.
I'm ready, boys.
So we had a good time.
Yeah, great time.
Perfect. We got 2 big Gators. I was proud of them. Took them home. Kids took pictures of them. That was the best
Oh, they
part.
were
The kids
stoked.
loved it, and we couldn't be more happy. I can't wait till next year. So
Sure.
we appreciate you guys watching and listening to Trophy Taker Outdoors. We'll see you next week.